Next up is Mr. Sathish Rajamani, who is a Senior Executive Client Advisor and former Director at Cognizant and Oracle Corporation. Mr. Sathish has a passion for teaching as an adjunct professor at Rutgers and New Jersey Institute of Technology. He has 21 years of experience in consulting, business development, and quality assurance.
Mr. Sathish is a proud alumni of Veller Institute of Technology. Mr. Sathish has received recognition for his skills, including a CEO Award for Best Performing Business Unit. With that many years of experience, Mr. Sathish's speech will definitely be a great speech to listen to. Please help us welcome Mr. Sathish for his speech, Invest in Relationship.
Vanakkam. Good morning, everybody, and thanks for your time. I first wish to thank our alma mater, Veller Institute of Technology, for giving me this opportunity to be with you all, and thanks to the TEF Talk team for inviting us. Well, I'm sure, we are all here, we are all invested this entire day for two main purposes. It's for networking and for relationship building. And I'm going to specifically share some of my experiences and some of my thoughts of what I learned in the last few years on why we need to invest in relationship. Before we really discuss further on this topic, the first thing which when I was just going through the dictionary definition of networking, it just says so. It's an exchange of information among individuals, groups or institutions, specifically the cultivation of productive relationship. Please remember, there's a very powerful words, productive relationship, and obviously it could either be for employment or for the business reason. And thanks to the likes of Google and Wikipedia, I'm sure most of us are probably from the previous generation in this audience. When we were doing our studies, when we were all in our colleges, I'm sure we all would have waited for the professor to come the next day and clarify our doubts. We would have spent a lot of hours in the libraries to look into some of the old papers and get some clarification from the books. But what's happening today? We don't even apply our mind. Let's assume, even now, when I was just standing there, somebody was asking me a question. I did not have the answer. All we do, we just go to Google, do a simple search, and try to get as much information as possible about that particular topic. And she was also mentioning, the previous speaker was mentioning about filtering of information. Today, information is literally free. It is available with everyone with a click of the mouse. And information is available in abundance. It is something which is available even without we ask. We are fed with a lot of information, either through WhatsApp group, through Facebook feed, the LinkedIn feeds, and so on and so forth. So, what is the biggest difference for the 21st century leader or for any entrepreneur at this point of time in this information age? One of my professors, when I was doing my Harvard course, he mentioned it is a skill to cultivate productive relationships. It just goes back to the meaning which is there in the Webster dictionary. It's all about the ability, it's a skill that one needs to develop to cultivate productive relationship. It is not just about relationship. It is all about the capacity to connect with people. It is the ability to establish, develop. In fact, I will use the word nurture. It is the ability to develop and nurture and maintain long-term relationship. It is not just about meeting today. I'm sure, today we'll all be very busy exchanging our business cards. By the end of this Sunday, when we are all going back from Dallas, I'm sure we'll all be having quite a good amount of business cards with us, or we would have become smarter in probably scanning those business cards and keeping it in our contact list. Or we would have sent a lot of invites on the LinkedIn and Facebook and we would have got connected with people. So, but it's all about the ability to develop and maintain those relationships. This is something which we keep hearing in all the forums. I'm sure, we have, even in our own Tamil literature, we have got several sayings about the need for networking. Starting from Thiruvalluvar to Sangam literature, we have several concepts, several scenarios that have been explained on the need for networking. And we all agree our network is our net worth. It is something like the money which has been deposited in the bank. It is something which is a hot cash which is available, which can be redeemed, which can be used at any given point of time. And we all know it is nothing new. It helps us to build a visibility. In fact, I used to work for Cognizant CEO, and currently he is also the chairman. Frank used to tell, it's not just enough we create a market share. For us to create a market share, the first thing which we need to do is to create a mind share. A mind share can be created only when you're trying to build that visibility. And when you create that visibility, we need to connect with the people who are going to be the influencers in our decision making. It is the ability to connect with the influencers, which in turn is going to open up doors of opportunity for each one of us. And this is actually a Chinese proverb. You are never lonely when you can connect. And especially in this virtual world, in this digital world, we are absolutely not lonely. I'm sure more than 75% of the people sitting in this room, we all would have tagged our friends right from the time we landed in Dallas yesterday. We would have taken several selfies. We would have actually tweeted. We would have put a lot of hashtags for TEFCon, for the TEF Talk, and for the FeTNA events. Because we don't want to feel lonely. We are never lonely because we want to stay connected. And that is all about the relationship and the networking. Because it's important that when we know more people, it actually provides us a lot of access. It facilitates the sharing of information. It provides me a lot more avenues for me to go and reach out and influence and get influenced. So, I'm sure we are all part of all these, right? We are all connected on Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, whatnot. If you talk to my high school going daughter, she may have better app than probably the ones which I'm connected on. We are all connected with several hundreds and thousands of people on all these social media networks. But just a mere presence in social media, just a mere connection on the social media doesn't make the leaders and the entrepreneurs more powerful. But the reality is, the actual answer is, it doesn't make us powerful. Yes, it is a feel-good factor that we are connected with so many people on these networks. But we really miss the essence of what makes a network or networking a powerful tool. So what we really need is, we need to have something called the social capital developed, which helps in building the relationship with the people in our own network. Last year, when I decided to quit Cognizant and start my own venture, I'm actually connected with 5,000 people on Facebook. I have 8,000 LinkedIn connections, so many followers on Twitter. The first thing I did was, LinkedIn gives a feature of downloading all your contacts. I downloaded the contacts on the spreadsheet, started filtering the contacts on the areas or the type of business which I would like to start on my own. And to be very frank, many of them either did not respond to my messages. I know they read my messages. We have the feature you can know when these people have read the messages. They didn't even bother to respond to me. I called a few people. They didn't bother to respond to my messages. I texted them. There was absolutely no reply. What then I understood was, it's not about just getting connected in the feel-good social media. It's all about how strong is my relationship with them, how much of attention I command for them. In fact, in any relationship, there is something called a saying, what is in store for me? If I'm going to talk with somebody, the obvious factor is, what is that I'm going to gain at the end of my interaction or at the end of my relationship with them? And more important, how much am I an attractive person as a member in that network? It's not just enough that I'm a member in that network. So I have more power with people with whom I have developed mutual trust and respect. And in all these contexts, when I actually look back, it is only the people with whom I have developed a long-term relationship. It is the people with whom I have mutual trust and respect which I have developed over a period of time. Those were the people who are coming forward to sit and discuss with me and then help me out in my new venture. It's not just the 8,000 connects on the LinkedIn or the 5,000 friends on the Facebook. And please remember, building a relationship with mutual trust and respect is going to involve a lot of time, effort, commitment on both the sides, and more so, even the courage which I need to develop to go and reach out to somebody. It's not just enough I spend time on the social network. Maybe possible to an extent on the social network when there is a mutual interest, when the other person also wants to do business with me or connect with me, then he will possibly come and work with me. But if I want to have a better relationship, that need to have a sustainable contact over a period of time. There could be a lot of meaningful exchange of conversations. And more important thing, I should disclose about myself a lot to the other person, and the other person I also need to know about the other person if I want to develop that relationship. And this we call is building a trusted relationship. If I'm just connected on these social media network, my power is really limited. Little genuine social capital is with them. And the same thing is for the vice versa for the other person also. So it's very important in today's world that we just don't connect virtually, but we also need to meet physically. We need to meet people in person and emotionally. The other two speakers, Kumar Wilser and Sherry, they also mentioned about getting connected with the people. We need to meet people. We need to make concrete effort in investing our time and effort to go and meet people, be committed, and build the necessary courage to develop the much needed, long-lasting relationship. So let's invest on our relationship, and that's what we are all here for the next 3 days. Let's enjoy the time here and build the long-lasting relationship with our people who matters a lot. It's all about relationship at the end of the day. Thank you very much.